Hello, hello. My name is Lauren. You may know me as Lou in the Telegram. I'm also the person that's pretty much behind the X account for Helios. Today, really quick, I'm going to run through the dApp, give you guys a handy dandy little guide to be able to familiarize yourselves with it before we go live. Because I know that with the Smooth and Crypto interview, it was a little choppy because of the testnet. So as a result, I'm not connected to anything and I'm not using a testnet. So hopefully you guys still find it valuable. I just want to make sure that it's a nice, smooth, easy walkthrough. So to begin with, we've got our dashboard. This is your Helios ecosystem at a glance. That means it's all of your assets. Quick little overview of where you're at in Helios. So you've got how much Ethereum do you have? How much Titan X do you have? How much Helios do you have? And you want to buy some Helios? You click that button. Want to buy some Titan X? You click that button. Little snapshot on active, claimable, and ended miners. Same with staked. And then rewards. On the payout days, you'll come to this modal here, and you'll see claimable rewards. And you will click claim. Before I forget, up here is a timer to show you where we're at in the contract day. So if you're concerned about, is this going to hit on technically day 22, day 23, you can look here and see where the contract is in time, just like you can on Titan X. Now, speaking of Titan X, here is our mining page. It is very similar to the Titan X mining page. So you will create your miner length, set your miner power. And what we've added are the burn amplifiers, which right here, you will click in up to 10% if you want to burn Titan X for additional HLX. You will notice that there is not a batch miner function, and that is because we kind of did away with it and put it in power. So a max power is 100%, but you can set this up to 100,000%, which means you get more miners, or it's still one miner, but it's at a higher power, just like you would get if you set multiple miners. This will definitely help save on those gas fees. Now, on the side card on the right, you'll have your summary of HLX when the miner ends. How much Titan X did that cost? The dollar value of that miner. And what's your estimated ROI at the end? The snapshot of the HLX market price at the time of creating this miner. And then, of course, all the nice, juicy stats about burn amplifiers, early adoption amplifiers, proof of burn, which we won't be using this right now because nobody else is going to be burning HLX just yet, but that will be coming soon. And then when does it get more difficult to mine HLX? You can see that little progress bar here. And just like in Titan X, we have our little table here at the bottom that shows active, claimable, and ended miners. And of course, on the claimable, there'll be a button here that will show claim miner. And ended will show you just a list of all the miners that you've completed. Now, moving over to stake. Again, very similar to Titan X. Set your stake amount. Set your stake length. And here is our burn amplifier. So you can burn up to 20% of the cost in Titan X and get 20% more shares for that stake pool. Once you set all that, you'll see over here on the right side, your summary, how much HLX, the amount of Titan X that you're burning for that, and the number of shares that's going to get you. And then, of course, the percentages, same as on the other page. And we also have our awesome table, just like Titan X has. So hopefully it feels pretty familiar, pretty intuitive if you've been in the Titan ecosystem for a bit. Now we got our reward pools. This is what everyone's excited to see. So you can see a snapshot of the 2022 day, the 69 day, and the 420-day payout pools, and what your estimated in each of those pools will be. Now, over here, since this is obviously a smart contract, we have to have buttons to call the functions in the contract to make it perform as we all want it to. So when there's Titan and ETH to be distributed, you click this button, and if you, it will show you how much ETH needs to be distributed, how much Titan needs to be distributed, and what the user reward is for calling that function. When you click this button, it is going to distribute those ETHs or Titan to the payout pools, the buy and burn, the treasury, and the Genesis. This one is when it is payout day and everybody wants to get paid, you click this button and it distributes the payouts to all the users. Now you will still need to go to the dashboard. There we go. To claim your own portion of that. But on that, this is where you click so everybody gets dessert. Over here, we got our snapshot of the treasury, how much liquid Titan is there, how much is there in staked Titan, and what's the claimable rewards. So if we have liquid Titan that we need to now max stake on the Titan staking pool, we're going to click this button. And it explains when you hover how much needs to be staked, how much is the reward for it, and where is it going. And then when Titan pays out, we will need to claim that ETH from the stake pool and distribute it into our own, I wish you could see my hand, own cycle reward pools. So you have to hover or click on this one, and that will distribute the ETH into the cycle reward pools in the Helios system. Investment pool and V2 Treasury, these will fill up. V2 Treasury will come after the DAO starts coming up and we start making decisions on where we're going to invest. So right now it's kind of an empty space, but that will change very quickly. Burn, baby, burn. The Titan burn pool will become active again down the line when we have our investment pools and bringing in yield for us to apply towards the Titan pool. So that's going to be grayed out for a moment. What we do like to see here, though, is this HLX burn pool, and it will show you how much Titan how much ETH is in there, and how often can we call it, and how often can we push that button. Same type of thing. It will show what's available and how much of a reward you're going to get. Obviously, just like on any of the other platforms, they're going to have a similar function. Make sure you use an MEV blocker. It's easy. Links are at the bottom, right down here. And lastly, almost lastly, the Helios ecosystem at a glance. This is the stats page. It's very similar to the Titan stats page. We've got our darling little pie chart here. And then we've got supply, liquid, stake. The colors will match up. All of the burned features are all the same color. And we've got mining, staking. So it's all very similar to Titan. And our calculator, I know people have been asking for the calculator ahead of time. Unfortunately, it's not going to work and be very helpful to you until the contract is live, because it's pulling real numbers from the real market in real time. So I'm sorry that we can't have it exactly out there live for you to play around with beforehand, but But you can see also this is very similar to Titan X. You set your miner length, set your miner power, burn amplifier, just like we were seeing on the mining page. Gives you a little snapshot. What is different is on the staking page, we have gone through and calculated, all right, if you set your stake length for 420, they will then calculate how many 22 payouts will you be participating in? How many 69-day payouts will you be participating in? How many 420 payouts are you going to be participating in? And it will calculate based on the numbers at that time, current market, how much are you actually projected to see based on the current numbers for each of those payouts at that time, which we think is going to be a little bit more accurate, give you at least a ballpark of what you should expect to see over the course of your entire stake. If you are concerned about dilution over time, then you can take these numbers and then multiply it by your 90%, your 0.9, whatever you want to see a adjusted value based on what you think the market might do in the coming 420 days. Lastly, we've got our governance tab up here. This will be set up shortly after launch. We have to have a contract address to set up the snapshot. So that will be coming very shortly. But right now it's not linked to anything because we have to have that address. And then docs, boom, over here to the white paper. Hope you've read it. Hope you've created a strategy. And yeah, probably did forget something, but I'm sure as you guys walk through this and listen to it, I'm sure you'll have questions. Please ask in the Telegram, ask on X. And we're looking forward to launching with you guys tomorrow and be day one miners with you. So thanks for participating in this walkthrough, and Lou out.